This video is for people anywhere in the state of Florida who have been transferred from a hospital to a short-term rehab facility, right? This is going to be after some serious health event, a stroke, a heart attack, a serious slip and fall, some really bad injury where they don't need the intensive medical care that is provided by a hospital, but they're not able to live independently. And so they required some rehab before they can move on with their life. And so this video is meant for you to start thinking about how to plan at this point. So if you came out of a hospitalization where you were there for at least 2 nights, or you were admitted for at least 2 nights and you've been discharged to a rehab facility, what you need to know is that Medicare, which everyone gets when they turn 65 if they've paid into the system, sometimes if they're younger and disabled, but Medicare is only going to cover about 100 days of rehab or long-term care facility level of care. Okay, so and of those 100 days, only the first 20 days of rehab are going to be covered in full. After day 20, days 21 through 100, so the latter 80 days, there may be a daily copay. Okay, and that depends on your Advantage plan or your supplement if you have one, right? Some of these supplements will cover that daily copay and some of those supplements will not. And in 2023, when this video was made, the daily copay, if you don't have additional assistance, is $200 per day. And that's expensive enough, but after Medicare runs out, after 100 days, doesn't matter if you have the best Medicare supplement on the planet, Medicare's not paying. And so what you have to start thinking about is, well, what if I need more long-term care? What if I need more rehab care? What if I'm not ready to leave after 100 days? Or what if you're discharged from a rehab facility where you don't need that level of care, but you still need some help with your activities of daily living? And so from there, some people are transferred to an assisted living facility, or from a rehab, they might be transferred home, but they are still going to need home health care. And the question is, who is going to pay for this long-term care, right? If you're in a nursing facility, after 100 days, these are $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 per month bills. If you're in an ALF, it might be $2,500 on the very low end, maybe $6,500-ish on the higher end per month. And at home health care, obviously just depends on how many hours you need of assistance for someone coming in to help you out. All this stuff can get very, very expensive. So obviously, if you are independently wealthy, you can pay cash, and that is wonderful, and that's perfect, and that's terrific. If you have long-term care insurance, which is wonderful, and I want everyone to get, but typically when you're of a certain age, or if you are have a deteriorated health condition, it's very difficult to qualify for. Many of my clients don't have long-term care insurance. Well, afterwards, you're really limited. And what happens is, I tell people they need to start thinking about Medicaid. And a lot of people are taken aback by that. And they go, well, Medicaid is just for very poor people. And so I'm not that. And why are we even having this conversation? But I like to tell people that there are legal and ethical ways of protecting your assets and qualifying for Medicaid in a way where we're not hiding anything, because we disclose to the government exactly what happened to the money and why it follows the federal and state rules and guidelines and laws, and so that my client still has to be afforded these benefits. That's what Medicaid planning is. It's the legal and ethical protection of assets to help you get the government to pay for long-term care, whether it's at home, whether it's an assisted living facility, or whether it's in a skilled nursing facility or long-term care rehab facility. This is who we're trying to serve, right? If you're independently wealthy, you don't need us. If you're already indigent, you may naturally qualify for these programs. It's everyone in between, right? It's working class, middle class, upper middle class folks who maybe have saved their whole lives, and they are shocked to find out that their incredible Medicare plan doesn't cover much by way of long-term care, but Medicaid does. And so this is who we are here to help. If you are anywhere in the state of Florida and you see that you're in a short-term rehab facility and now you're thinking about the type of care that you're going to need when you get out of that facility, you ought to be having a conversation with our law firm if you are concerned about who's going to pay for it, right? Because if you're paying cash, it's going to eat away at your savings. A lot of people who don't hire us, I should say, unfortunately go broke or come close to it due to the incredible high costs of long-term care. So if we can help protect you and save you from that fate, protect you, right, to get you more care for your need, it gives you more resources to help take care of your family. At some point in time, hopefully many, many years from now, when my client passes away, it makes it more likely that they'll have something to pass on to their heirs. Aside from that, we talk about estate planning, right, avoiding probate. So all this stuff is meant to preserve your assets in a long-term care setting and afterwards. Hope that makes sense. If you have any more questions, if you're anywhere in the state of Florida, give us a call, set up a consultation so we can walk you through how we can help your family. Take care.